G'day guys, back with another round of Facebook Scrabble games. We all know what these videos are about, so I'm going to go straight into it. This, there's not really much we can really do with this. Best thing's probably Ixora, I-X-O-R-A. Can't really use this T or an L would actually be nice for auxorial over here, but there would still be quite a dangerous play. Can I play anything here? I can't play anything onto the O that scores as much. Oh, you have the anagram of Ixora, which is Orixa. Probably either here would be all right. I think in terms of balance, you really want to get rid of the IOAX. But for this kind of rack, you do want to try and get rid of as much as possible. Keeping AR is probably ideal, but I don't know any words that use just those. Wondering if we can use anything here. Ixias. I think Ixias is probably our best bet. IXIAS. Is there a better? So what I then ask is there a better spot? So there's a couple of spots we can play at. 25. This is probably better. It's 2 less. I don't really like doing this, but I think it works better for my rack. Now if I play Ixias, now my opponent's just played an AF, right? They've just played 1 tile, which pretty much means they've got a bonus. They just put 1 tile off. That's the usual behaviour of a high-ranked player. So yeah, I'm going to play this. Now, what could my opponent do? It could be like an I and E word, and they get about 90 for it, but if I played it here, they might get a double-double for 140. So I'll be happy with that one. The smiley face tells me that at least my score was in a few points of the top score, so that was one thing. I'd like to be able to play, there's a word using the P that would be a really good solve for that rack. But I need the P to be here. Yeah, not going to happen. Let's go to the next game. Okay. Excuse me. I was thinking of using that spot for myself, but not to be. Can I use with my letters? I can't really use it now. You might be tempted to play something like line. Bad move. And you might think, well, I do block and it's even, don't want my opponent to get it. If you do block and your opponent can use this spot, they most likely can use another spot like here or here. So if you're going to sacrifice a lot of score like that, it needs to be for a really good reason. And when I talk about sacrificing score, well, I can throw my J out here for nothing. I'm probably going to play JIN. I'd really like to keep line. Whoops, that's not right. I'd really like to keep LINE because it's a very good leave. It's not going to happen. Just looking around the board for anything else where I could use the J. Doesn't look like it's possible. For some reason, I really want to try this word. I don't think it's right. This one is. Now, why would I not use the JEE? There's a few reasons. Well, it scores less for one of them. 2, this has an A hook, and 3, there's this really beautiful spot just here, even though it requires an S at this point. I think gin is the best. Gin is good. Now, there's added reasons why gin is good. It would be great to play off the L, but let's say my opponent does use this spot, even if it is for a bonus, I can then use this spot for 30 points. So my opponent's played 14 and 70, but I've played 30 and 30, so they're only 14 points ahead on the exchange. Ugh, that's not good. Tells me I got one of the highest scores. I don't use teacher. In my other videos you'll know why, because it makes very silly mistakes sometimes. Ilet would be a nice solve. Lineal. Pilia. So there's some dump words that you could do if you're really sick of these. Put them through here. I think you have an EI. Yep, and that comes from that, of course. Okay, let's go to this one. Alright, so I set this game up. I had TATE left on my rack. I thought my opponent would go out then. Twiggy. Okay. They must have had, they just had awful tiles. I had good tiles, they had awful tiles. That's worth 200. Be nice to play Twiggy, but there's no real point because I did set up a spot. So I had an E on my rack. I might have only had the A. I didn't count whether I had the only E, but it looks like I may have, considering that my opponent didn't use this spot. And yeah, so I've set it up for myself, so I'm just going to go ahead and use it. So this 14, let's just use this as a principle. When you're in an endgame situation like now, even if it doesn't matter, have a go at finding the best play, because there's no time like an endgame when to practice your endgame. So other spots now, this was guaranteed, right? Like, because I have MATTE here, and I have teat over here for 11. So there was no way my opponent was going to block my outplay. I really don't think I've got anything better. I think that's it. Of course, it's very useful to know your hooks. And now we can start a new game. So just looking at that one, 1, 2, 3. My opponent exchanged. Oh, see, I exchanged twice. They exchanged twice. So you can see I exchanged on the first turn, and then I just got some better letters than they did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bonuses. Oh. So out of 13 turns. That's a rematch. Okay. Ugh. Ooh. Interesting rack. Take a moment and think about what you'd play. Pause the video if you need to, because I'm going to discuss it. So, this rack, you may be tempted. Yeah, I think there's lots of possibilities here. So, when you look at the rack, you go, wow, I've got these nice letters. Are you going to change? You can change like this JVZ, JVZD, keep ES blank. I wouldn't. In one possibility, I might play ZED. However, I'm now a better player than that. So maybe a year or 2 years ago, I would have played ZED, and then gone, oh yeah, I'm going to pick something, or try and be really fancy, play ZED and then extend it. So you'd play ZED here, and then you go, oh, I'm going to extend it to the triple. There's plenty of times to play your fancy words. You don't need to always force it, though it is fun to, fun to play. Just looking. You've almost got a word like swivez. Not quite. Oops. This is the one I mean. No you, no I, so that's not a possibility. So you've got other words on here. Something like zedas. ZEDAS. That gets you about 50 points. You almost have VOSDs. This takes an S. My favourite move here will use the J and the V, though. One of the easiest, I think, easiest. Might make it a U. I can't, because U with the D doesn't work. Pretty sure. There you go. So I've got to make this an I. Oops. What am I doing? Lyle. Okay. I don't think there's any better play than that. Now, why do I get rid of the J and not the Z? Because the J and the V, I can't get rid of the V and the Z. But the J and the V are clunkier. And by clunkier I mean they synergize with less letters than the Z and the S. So let's just imagine I pick an A, or an O, or an E. Then that's 3 vowels that work really well with the Z and really well with the S. Well, the S works with anything. S works with a T as well, an H, a C. You can keep going on. So that's why I would play jived. I don't like my chances of getting rid of the J at some point. Now you can all agree that playing the D is better than playing the S, because you all know how S's are more valuable. And you can all should know that keeping the Z is better than keeping the J. We can play this. Hope I didn't miss anything obscure. Don't think I did. Not getting a sad face. So. And we've picked... No, that's all I needed. I just needed one of those vowels. And I should be able to make a good play next turn. Now, I've also picked another S, and you might go, well, look, you picked the S, you should have changed your strategy. You should have known that could happen. Nuts to that. The reason we play... I want to play Croziers. The reason we play... This is fine. The answer is I just get rid of the S next turn. And if my opponent opens this nice little double here, what if they play a word here and, I could play SOZ. So I've got SOZ or ZOS. That's the easiest one. COZ, if you don't like the C's, but, learn to. So you've almost got zircons. There might even be a bonus here. Maybe not. There's crows. Is it coziers? Oh, that's not right. Coziers. So there's coziers and croziers. Yes. So almost double bonus thing. Yeah. That's my take on it anyway. Disagree? Have any questions? Write them in the comments. Okay, that's it for this round of Scrabble games. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.